Hello and welcome to Polish Tech. This is the third episode of the series SAP BTP's Key Focus Areas for 2024. And in this particular episode, we are talking about the application development pillar of SAP BTP. So, in this particular episode, we'll start with the recap of what we have covered till now. Then we'll go into the relevance of application development, which means why we are talking about application development. After that, the BTP application development pillar would be our topic, where we'll see things like what should be the programming areas, the programming languages, application development frameworks, or even the runtimes which are available on SAP BTP. After that, we'll review TechKit 2023 and we'll see what is coming next in 2024. And lastly, we'll give you the recommendations for application development pillar. We'll wrap this episode with the upcoming episodes and how you can be part of it, like we have done in our previous episodes. So we started this series with series introduction episode, where I actually explained why I'm doing this series and what would be the structure of it, what will be the upcoming episodes. If you have not watched that episode, there will be a link on this particular screen which will just appear. You can go and watch it from there. Then we moved to SAP BTP Basics episode, where I actually explained various cloud-related facts. Example, what is cloud? What are different terminologies used in cloud computing world, like software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service. I also explained how these landscapes are, the cloud landscapes, which is public, private, or hybrid, and what are hyperscalers. Then I tried to explain SAP BTP with two real-life examples. One was setting up your own startup, and the other one was Indian wedding planning. Then we moved to SAP BTP Basics. We saw the building blocks, different pillars of SAP BTP, and how you can get started. And lastly, we saw TechKit 2023 announcements. We reviewed it, and we saw the platform-specific change, which Joule, with the introduction of Joule, you can see and how it will impact the work we do on a day-to-day basis today. And lastly, we wrapped it up with our recommendations. If you have not watched the episode, the link is displayed on the screen. So why are we even talking about application development? A recent study done by McKinsey says that if you are on a path to digital transformation and if you're not constantly innovating, probably that will affect your company performance. So the study found a clear link between accelerating the software innovation and the company's performance. Some example from the same study says that companies that can innovate faster can have 20% higher operating margins and even 60% higher total shareholders returns. So you can think of how and why the application development and especially innovation, it's not just application development, but the right application development, the right innovation that gives you a clear edge in terms of your competition in the market. That's why we are talking about application development. All right, so let's start with the SAP BTP application development pillar. In this section, I'll be talking about the capabilities which I can see from application development perspective in this particular pillar, and then we'll go deeper into what all environments are available, how can you build your applications using different frameworks, what are the tools and the services. In terms of the capabilities of this pillar on SAP BTP, it provides you a unified experience of application development, whether you are a low-code, no-code developer or a pro-code developer. So it has tools where you can simply drag and drop UI elements and integrate it to the services, or you can full-blown go into coding and you can build your application from scratch. It has services which enrich your digital experience. For example, the launch pads you see, you do not have to develop anything for that. It's completely available. You just need to configure your application on top of it. And since we are talking about application development, obviously there will be services for DevOps. So transport management, continuous improvement and continuous delivery, and things like that. So we'll see all of these in detail. So talking about environments, let's first understand what is an environment. Environment gives you the runtimes, the services, the tools you need to build your application. Now, based on your requirement and based on the skill set of developer, these environments are chosen for your application. So there are multiple things, your requirements as well as the skill set you have to build applications. SAP BTP provides you multi-cloud environment, which means that you can build applications in terms of Cloud Foundry environment using the Cloud Foundry services. You can build your application using ABAP environment. You can build it in Kyma environment and even in the Neo environment. Neo is basically not supported as of now, so all new accounts are going on to the multi-cloud environments, which supports 3 environments: Cloud Foundry, ABAP, and Kyma. So I would not recommend going the Neo route. Even if you're doing it, move to the multi-cloud environment. Now let's understand what is Cloud Foundry environment. So Cloud Foundry environment basically gives you the services where you can create your applications with multiple languages. So it's a polyglot cloud application that you can build. And obviously it is based on the Cloud Foundry Foundation, where SAP is one of the members, the founding members. You have ABAP environment where obviously it means ABAP, so you can build your applications in ABAP. It is based on Cloud Foundry again, so if you are going to build applications on the ABAP environment, make sure you're within the Cloud Foundry environment and you're creating your different spaces for ABAP development. Kyma runtime is basically kind of a fully managed cloud native Kubernetes application for you. It gives you the runtime where you can create your applications. Mainly serverless functions are best for this runtime. And the main benefit of why all these different environments are there is because, let's say you have one sub account where you have different environments. You do not have to worry about administrative things like user management or connectivity setup for these different environments. It's at the sub account level. So you can easily choose whichever environment suits your requirements and the skill sets you have available, and you can build your applications. We'll see more details about how and what kind of applications you can build in terms of programming languages and all in the coming slides. But in short, this is environments, which gives you runtime, services, and tools to build your applications. So now that we know about the different environments available, let's understand the different application frameworks that are available on SAP BTP. So in terms of Fiori application development, you have SAP UI5 libraries or the web components, which you can use for your UI needs. You also have RAP, which is the ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model, which means you can use ABAP Cloud to build your application. Remember, you need ATT ABAP development toolkits to develop this. Next, you have CAP, SAP CAP Cloud Application Programming Model, where you can create your applications. It's relatively new, but probably SAP is recommending the way we develop applications should be CAPM. So you can use that. And lastly, you have Fiori elements or Fiori tools, which generate your application based on the annotations of OData services, or even you can do your annotations as well. Let's now understand the programming languages based on different environments. So if we talk of Cloud Foundry environment, then obviously SAP UI5 is the first choice. And since SAP UI5 is based on HTML5, obviously HTML5 is a no-brainer there. You can also do Node.js applications, Java, Python. In terms of ABAP environment, you have ABAP Cloud. So you can do all your development with a lighter version of ABAP, which is available in the cloud. And lastly, the Kyma environment, where you can do the serverless functions in Node.js or Python, and even you can do microservices, which any cross-platform programming language would be supported. All right, so in terms of tools, probably it depends on which programming language you are coding. So if you're coding RAP application using ABAP Cloud, then generally I've seen people using Eclipse with ADT tools. For Fiori development, Business Application Studio is there, or people use Visual Studio Code as well. Um, but after March, after March 2024, things will change. Probably another rebrand, which will be SAP Build Code, which will be used. There's a rebrand because SAP is adding functionality into Business Application Studio with support of Joule, which is the AI Copilot. You might have seen my last episode where I have explained it. And that can generate application code for you. So hence, it will be changed to build code. More details later in this episode only. Then you have SAP Build Apps, where you can do low code, no code applications. You have services like mobile services or document information, document repository, document management systems. You have Work Zone for your Launchpad and Tiles hosting your applications to your end users. So these are a few of the tools. We'll see these in details later. So let's start with the low code, no code tooling. Now, when I say low code, no code tooling, it is specific to the application development pillars. When I go to automation, I'll explain the automation low code, no code tooling. So for now, this is specific to the application development pillar. For application development, we use something called SAP Build Apps, where you do not have to code. You just have to drag and drop and integrate your services. This was earlier known as AppGyver, but now it's SAP Build Apps. If you are a professional developer, like I explained in my last slide, SAP Business Application Studio is the main IDE for you to develop applications. This will change, as I've said. So SAP Build Code as well, I have included in the list. Apart from that, Visual Studio Code and Eclipse is being used by other developers as well, be it on Cloud Foundry or the RAP models. So digital services are mainly for the end users who are consuming your applications. And when we say consuming your applications, then the Launchpad in the Fiori world comes into play. SAP Build works on Standard Edition or the Advanced Edition gives you the Launchpad. Obviously, the Advanced Edition gives you much more than just a Launchpad, because it has some collaboration features and document repositories, knowledge management, and all those things. The second one, SAP Start, you might have seen it in, let's say, SuccessFactors as a homepage, or S4. And the last one for mobile users is the SAP Mobile Start. People also use Fiori custom clients, which is not available on the App Store, but you can always ask your partners or your innovation partners to provide you a custom Fiori client. But going forward, probably SAP Mobile Start would be the best entry point for all your mobile applications. When we talk about DevOps, Cloud Transport Management is a service which helps you transport your artifacts from one sub-account to the other. Application logging service is very essential, and it's very informative if it comes to errors or exception handling. You have job scheduling services and even continuous integration and delivery services, which are available. Remember, these are few services which are from DevOps, but there are many more. I would recommend you to go to SAP Discovery Center and look for the DevOps services. But these are the main ones. So now we know many aspects of application development pillar. Let's understand what is changing. And the best way to understand this is reviewing TechEd 2023 and what impact it will have on our jobs. So let's get started. So as per TechEd 2023, infusing AI was the main theme, as we have seen. And not just one specific AI pillar, but AI has been infused in all other pillars as well. Hence, application development pillar is not an exception. So there are tools that have been introduced. Let's see it one by one. But before that, the base of all these infusing AI thing is Joule. So let's reiterate what Joule is, and then we'll come to the tool. So SAP Joule is basically the Gen AI Copilot. So it is powered by generative AI, and you just need to talk to Joule in English, plain simple English, called prompts, and it will do the job for you. We have seen multiple demos where BTP user management or entitlements have been just acted upon just by giving prompts in English. So it's basically the generative AI copilot that is embedded throughout SAP's cloud enterprise portfolio. And we will see that in application development portfolio, this has been integrated with Business Application Studio, giving it a new name called SAP Build Code. So let's review that. So SAP Build Code is the new tool where Joule is integrated with the Business Application Studio. In Joule, you give the business context of the application you want to build, and then it generates the application code for you. It has many different parts. So initially, when you have generated the application code, you can go in and refine it by changing your prompts, and it basically overrides the generated code with whatever you have written as the business context. If you want to add a button, if you want to add logic, all these things are covered. So this basically speeds up your development process and saves time and money. So it is scheduled for Q1 2024. It will be generally available, and as per the conversations we had, probably it will be available by 18th to 25th of March 2024 for developers to try, even including the trial and the freemium instances and subscriptions available. So, what would be the impact if we see application development pillar? Introduction of SAP Build Code would basically enhance developers' efficiency. Reason being, you do not have to write everything from scratch. Rather, you will have a baseline code generated by SAP Build Code, and then you can enhance it as per your requirements or client requirements, and you can speed up the whole development cycle. So less effort, less money. So you're saving money for your customers, and that's basically a win-win situation for developer as well as the customers. So lastly, coming to the recommendations now, what should we focus on? Probably the first thing I would say is look out for the release of Joule. Reason being, it has been released for SuccessFactors. It is available for other solutions, few of the other solutions as well, and it is working wonders. So why not to look out for this? Even with the SAP Build Code, March end is the date. General availability will be there, where developers can use SAP Build Code. I had the opportunity to go into the pilot program, and I have used SAP Build Code. From there only, I got the information that it will be available by March end. If you're a BAP developer, probably it would be beneficial to look at the RAP application framework and how you can build applications there. Lighter version of a BAP in the cloud probably should be looked at. And if you have not started with CAPM, I would request you to start that, because that's the way forward and SAP is pushing towards CAPM. So these are few of the recommendations. But one thing to note is, whenever you are generating your code using SAP Build Code, look out for the quality, look out for what the code has been generated. So this was episode third, which was focused on application development. Upcoming episodes are automation, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and integration, which will cover all the pillar specific episodes. And lastly, we'll wrap up with the proper recommendation from all of these pillars and the platform. You can watch all these episodes on YouTube. Handle is Modish Tech Digital. If you have not subscribed to it, subscribe it now. So thanks a lot for watching this episode. If you want to be informed when a new video is posted, just subscribe to this channel on YouTube and hit the bell icon, and you'll get notified whenever a new video is posted. You can also join the NAS.io community. And that's it for now. I'll see you in the next episode.